Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke collapses due to the pain of Hope's betrayal during her medical episode? By Heather Hughes on comments, post a comment. Related, television, The Bold and the Beautiful, soap opera, spoiler, slider. 5. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke collapses due to the pain of Hope's betrayal during her medical episode? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan Forrester's tolerance for Hope Logan Spencer's behavior will be tested. Ridge and RJ Forrester will discuss Hope's future with her mother throughout the week of the event. RJ and Ridge will be concerned about the outcome of Brooke's confrontation with Hope. Hope will worry about that unavoidable confrontation as well, but there is currently no going back. Hope's only option is to try to convince Brooke of her choices. But Hope's betrayal will cause her a great deal of pain. Hope's betrayal of Brooke's trust is evident, and it will be difficult to mend. Now that she realizes Hope has joined Katie Logan Spencer's squad, Brooke will be a worrisome mix of angry and heartbroken. Brooke will become even more enraged and hopeless because Hope is effectively supporting Katie in the Logan Forrester conflict. According to BMB teasers for the episode, Brooke is experiencing intense mental distress. Fans will witness Brooke's anguish over how deeply this betrayal is affecting her. As a result, the drama will intensify as Brooke reaches a breaking point. All that remains to be seen is how Brooke will be driven over the edge and how the narrative will proceed from there. Kicking Hope and Liam Spencer out of her home might be Brooke's breaking point. If Brooke evicts Liam and Hope from her property, they might have to relocate into the Spencer estate or find new housing. Having said that, we should also take into account the likelihood that Brooke would experience a medical episode as a result of all the stress and unpleasant feelings. The weight of it all could cause Brooke to pass out, which would result in some catastrophic news. If Brooke passes out from the stress and destruction she's experiencing, Hope will feel even more guilty about harming her mother. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope will face more guilt in the upcoming episodes, so pay attention. Make CDL your go-to source for fresh Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news. Hope collapses, Brooke explodes, and Katie retaliates. Let's begin at the opening of the weekly teaser video. First of all, it reveals that reporters have a variety of inquiries for both Hope and Katie. One reporter queries whether Brooke was furious or encouraging as Katie stands on stage in support of Hope. At that point, Hope publicly acknowledges that Brooke was unaware. Hope didn't lie to the reporter, at least. In another scene, Hope becomes terrified due to her mother's response. Hope walked the runway with such confidence and audacity. For her, it was undoubtedly a significant occasion. But it appears that Brooke is not that happy. Brooke disciplines her kid rather than showing pride in her. Then, Hope sobs to Liam Spencer in the promo video, stating, "I damaged my connection with my mother." Spoilers for the upcoming week of The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Brooke visits Logan to confront Katie. "I gave her the opportunity to succeed, which is a hell of a lot more than she was getting at Forrester," Katie exclaims as the blonde attacks her sister. Brooke appears to be aware that Katie is correct based on the expression on her face. Simultaneously, Brooke's anger swiftly returns, and she exclaims, "This is not happening. What on earth is Brooke going to do about it?" As an adult, Hope is capable of making her own choices. In addition, Hope may be able to strengthen her relationship with Katie and the Spencer family. Remy saves the day when Deke breaks under duress? Deke has a once-in-a-lifetime chance to establish himself in the fashion industry after working as a waiter at his father's restaurant. If he doesn't succeed, not only will he have lost his opportunity to become a designer, but he might also damage Spencer their new business. For House of Logan to succeed, Deke Sharp's designs are essential. Deke is thrown into the spotlight with little time to prepare. There is a lot of pressure on Logan's younger brother from all sides. Could Remy Price, his former boyfriend, come to the rescue? Recently, Remy Price declared his love for Deke and asked for his pardon. For obvious reasons, no one believes Remy when he says he has changed. Is it time to try again with Remy Price? To be fair, after learning that Deke was Logan's new designer, Remy did preserve his secret for him. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful suggest that Deke might lose it under duress and suffer a breakdown over his debut runway performance. His older sister won't be able to give Deke a motivational speech since she is too preoccupied with her own predicament. Hope handles the repercussions. Does Brooke have a breakdown? In a single episode, a week, or a month, a massive fashion corporation never loses touch with society. Rather, when Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., made the decision to retire his adopted father, who co-founded the company many decades earlier with his late birth mother, Stephanie Forrester, Susan Flannery, the writing crew meticulously had him begin this process. Although it would be reasonable to argue that the narratives in which Eric Forrester suffered from a variety of health problems that were primarily related to his age range as well as stress may be linked to the birth of this specific tale. In any case, the writing crew skillfully rekindled past conflicts with the Spencer and exploited the familial strain between the Forrester and Logan clans. FC is a traditional fashion company that was perceived as fragile but isn't likely to fail. Bill Spencer correctly observed that, and Katie is taking advantage of it. After giving that some thought, contrast your response with the risks Logan has taken since its creation in the last several months. Additionally, it is acknowledged that a startup must take risks and that a new fashion company's level of risk is not entirely equivalent to that of a rag trade pillar like the Forrester family business. However, Katie is not undervaluing the potential of Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Eric, Ridge, or Brooke. No, she determined that their suggested dress designs had flaws. Katie's boldness was made possible by Bill's millions, and the adjective was meant to be a playful way to highlight FC's lack of recognition. In terms of alienating Eric, Katie, Hope, and, to some extent, Deke Sharp, Brooke is the extreme manifestation of the business errors that have been made. Eric seemed to have betrayed Ridge and Brooke. Then Brooke thought Katie had disrespected her. However, Hope's deceit and exit will be the Caesar-like blow that brings Lang's character to ruin. An ongoing conflict between the families would be a good way to carry on the current plot. However, it would be preferable if Hope's betrayal of her mother caused Lang's enduring character to experience an emotional breakdown while everyone else engaged in combat during the day. Logan's growing business risk will put Noelle's character under a lot of pressure from her mother. Annika Noel of The Bold and the Beautiful reveals Hope and Brooke's tragic breakup and the Forrester fallout. By Heather Hughes comments, post a comment. Related, television, spoilers, soap operas, hot news, and The Bold and the Beautiful. Annika Noel of The Bold and the Beautiful reveals Hope and Brooke's tragic breakup and the Forrester fallout. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan Spencer was eventually compelled to reveal the new Logan line that she had been hiding. It is understandable that Hope is experiencing a great deal of anxiety about what will happen next because there will be a significant backlash from Forrester. Hope is the driving force behind everything, even though Deke Sharp is the line's official designer. Deke has been guided by Hope's vision, so Katie Logan Spence emphasized her part and revealed the release of Hope by Logan. Hope's decision to leave Forrester Creations and join Katie's fashion house isn't going over well, based on all the stunned looks and gasps of shock. In an interview with TV Insider, B&B's Annika Noel opened up about the emotional roller coaster that Hope has been on. It's easy to see why Hope's been torn about the situation under the circumstances. Hope is embracing a golden opportunity to do her own thing and not be at the mercy of the Forrester, but she knows this is a major betrayal of Brooke Logan Forrester. In fact, Noel thinks that if it weren't for Brooke, Hope would have bailed on Forrester long ago. Brooke is the only reason she hasn't cut bait sooner, Noel said. I truly believe that if it didn't involve hurting her mother's feelings and that need for her mother's validation, she would have left much sooner, especially after the way she was treated after the fallout of the coup. Nevertheless, Brooke is indeed involved and is most definitely feeling hurt over Hope's actions. Since Brooke was looking forward to Hope being back at Forrester Creations with her, she's losing it over Hope secretly joining Logan and ditching Hope for the future. Annika Noel acknowledged there's a certain nostalgia and familiarity at Forrester for Hope, but Hope's real issue with leaving is Brooke and the damage she's doing to their mother-daughter bond. Noel also reflected on the mini panic attacks that Hope's been having and how her confidence has taken a hit. Hope is certainly dreading the aftermath of her fashion show since it'll mean facing Brooke's fury. Although Noelle suggested that Hope has lost her sparkle a little bit, she's hopeful about this Logan move kicking off a transformation and helping Noelle regain her voice. Katie may have some ulterior motives when it comes to pushing Hope's success, but she truly loves her niece and wants what's best for her. This is Hope's chance to grow as a character, with Katie helping to guide her down a positive path. Although Noelle admitted that Hope is terrified about the fallout, another part of her also suspects that risking so much will bring great rewards in the end. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope and Brooke have some heated confrontations ahead of them following the Logan news, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for hot Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and news to check out, so make us your go-to BNB source. Hope collapses, Brooke explodes, and Katie retaliates. Let's begin at the opening of the weekly teaser video. First of all, it reveals that reporters have a variety of inquiries for both Hope and Katie. One reporter queries whether Brooke was furious or encouraging as Katie stands on stage in support of Hope. At that point, Hope publicly acknowledges that Brooke was unaware. Hope didn't lie to the reporter, at least. The clip also shows Dottie Reynolds and Joseph Beasley. The man declares that Hope's mom knows the truth now. The looks on Dottie and Joseph's faces are priceless. It seems they are getting an even bigger show than Logan's fashion audience. In another scene, Hope becomes terrified due to her mother's response. Hope walked the runway with such confidence and audacity. For her, it was undoubtedly a significant occasion. But it appears that Brooke is not that happy. Brooke disciplines her kid rather than showing pride in her. Then, Hope sobs to Liam Spencer in the promo video, stating, "I damaged my connection with my mother." Liam might try to reassure his wife that everything will be okay. However, losing her mother was the one thing that Hope feared the most. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of reveal that Brooke goes to Logan to confront Katie. "I gave her the opportunity to succeed, which is a hell of a lot more than she was getting at Forrester," Katie exclaims as the blonde attacks her sister. Brooke appears to be aware that Katie is correct based on the expression on her face. Simultaneously, Brooke's anger swiftly returns, and she exclaims, "This is not happening." What the heck does Brooke think she's going to do about it? As an adult, Hope is capable of making her own choices. Katie bets everything on Hope. Will her dream end in disaster? Having Eric pursue Katie was a godsend. Regardless of what Brooke Logan Forrester keeps saying, Katie didn't pursue Eric or manipulate him into doing her bidding. Eric is an elder statesman, and Brooke's slam against her youngest sister is also a put-down. By saying that Eric was conned by Brooke means that he wasn't capable of knowing what was happening because he is too old to know better. In her mind, Brooke believes that Eric is the only reason why Logan became relevant so soon into its existence. If she's proven right, then his couture line will make Hope Logan Spencer splash a story that will trend for one day and then be wiped away by FC the next. Deke Sharp, like Katie and Eric, is also thought of in a dismissive manner. Brooke was surprised that he was hired to be Logan's new designer, but then laughed. Her reaction wasn't totally negative because Deke is a green talent who FC allowed to walk because its staff is filled. Of course, its designers are all in-house family members. But Brooke didn't even consider that Deke was part of a two for Logan Inc. deals. She, along with Ridge Forrester and stunningly Eric, simply don't believe that Katie's company is a threat. It is arrogant for the big dog, FC, to think that Logan was only successful because of Eric's contribution. He should know better. Having been there, Ridge always underestimates Bill Spencer because of their personal animus. But he gives no credit to him for being more than a dollar bill persona. Diamond character has solid business acumen and is a fighter. Brooke resents Katie's entrepreneurial spirit. She wants her to work on the Forrester family compound, where Katie falls under Brooke on the power chart, which makes current events potentially game-changing for either sister in this version of Los Angeles, California. Hope faces the press, Brooke explodes and Katie fires back. B&B spoilers say, after watching the livestream and learning Hope kept her new career move hidden, Brooke struggles to process the betrayal. Shocked by the revelation, Brooke begins pointing fingers at those she believes encouraged Hope to leave Forrester Creations behind, making it clear this family feud is only beginning. Brooke is livid and she is not ready to accept Hope has moved on to Logan. At the same time, Katie Logan Spencer stands firmly behind her decision to give Hope a fresh start and to have helped her step into the spotlight. An enraged Brooke confronts her sister. Katie is not listening and insists she offered Hope an opportunity to succeed when no one else would. Rather than apologizing as Brooke is looking for her too, Katie doubles down, creating an explosive clash between her and her sister that could permanently change their relationship. Meanwhile, B&B viewers will see despite the excitement surrounding Logan's successful launch, Hope will be devastated by her mother's reaction. As the reality of her decision and keeping it secret sinks in, Hope worries that pursuing her dream may have cost her the most important relationship in her life. Liam Spencer does his best to reassure her, but Hope isn't convinced the damage can be undone. Perhaps she will realize she should have told her mother what she was going to do rather than blindside her.